Hi there, good evening. It's Wednesday, and instead of being at 12 o'clock in the day till 12:30, we're here this evening at 6 o'clock. And tonight's topic is all about how to challenge people so that they grow, how to challenge people to grow your business. And what do I mean by challenge? Well, what I don't mean by challenge, let's start there. What I don't mean by challenge is confrontation. I don't mean it's aggressive. I don't mean it's destructive. What I do mean is that we're talking about constructive challenge. What does that mean? Well, if you think about it, when a challenge is often shaped in the best way is a question. The best challenge can be a question. But what the hell are you doing is a really aggressive, destructive challenge. It's like really bashing somebody down, putting them down, making them wrong, all that sort of stuff. But a much more constructive challenge would be, hey, how are you coping with that? Or what are you trying to achieve? Or how would you like to go about something so that that person is actually going to come up with an idea? And it's choosing the right question that really makes challenge effective as a tool to grow people and to grow your business. So it's a question that has a purpose, a really clear purpose, and it's for a specific outcome that follows what I call the craft rules, and I'll explain those in a minute, but it's specific to the person that you're challenging, because different people will respond to challenges in different ways. So some people, it'll be really easy for them to pick up a challenge and do something. Other people are going to take more encouragement and support. So the craft rules help you identify the challenge that's going to work for a particular individual. So what do I mean by craft? Well, craft stands for challenge, realistic, aligned, fits in, and time limited. We'll take those one by one. First of all, challenge. You're asking somebody to step up. You're asking for them to actually take on something above and beyond what they would normally do. So you're actually asking them to step up. What you are doing is you are asking that person to step up from their normal activity level to something a bit beyond, above their comfort zone. You're asking it to be realistic. You're making sure that it's realistic and it's in their range. So you're not asking somebody to take on a challenge that they would completely fail at, because that is such a bad idea, because it just basically pushes people back. It makes them unwilling to try. It's got to be aligned to the individual's purpose. So this is something that often we miss out and we forget. People work for you because actually working for you is aligned with their personal purpose. So if you're going to give someone a challenge, make sure you're challenging somebody in an area that aligns with their personal purpose, because otherwise they're not going to be interested in following through with the challenge. If it fits in with their personal purpose, they're going to want to take it on board. It's because they can feel it's helping them grow. It's also got to fit in and be congruent with the purpose of the business. And it's got to be obvious that it fits in and is congruous to the purpose of the business. I mean, I remember years ago, a boss saying to me, hey, Adrian, can you do this particular job? And I looked at this job and I thought, why the hell is he asking me to do this job? Not asking me, but this job. It was pointless. It didn't fit in with our strategy. It didn't fit in with the business model. It didn't fit in with anything. And he was asking me to do it because he didn't want to do it and somebody else had asked him to do it, so he just dumped it on me. I had no interest in doing it very well at all. And that's what can happen. So if people can't see why the job, the task, the challenge is there, why it fits into the business, how it contributes to the business, how it contributes to the customer, whatever it may be, if people can't see that, they're not going to be interested in participating. And what we're trying to do here is make sure that we're challenging them to contribute. And finally, as with any goal, task or challenge you set people, it has to be time limited. It has to have a sell-by date. If it doesn't, then there's just no urgency to it. Why would you bother? So you've got to have some time factor in there, some sell-by date. If it doesn't get done by then, it's over, sort of thing. You really need to put that in place. But as I said, what we're trying to do is we're trying to challenge them to contribute to the business. And to grow, all of us, for any of us, we have to work at the limit of our ability. You've all heard about the comfort zone, the stretch zone, and maybe you haven't heard about what I call the breakthrough zone. So the stretch zone is the bit where we're stretching ourselves, but we've still got a foot in the safety net behind us. We're still sort of hedging our bets a bit. But in the breakthrough zone, we are really going for it. We've really committed 100% to the task ahead and we're really going for it. And in that zone, we sort of find ourselves. It's that complete focus. It's that moment of flow. Everything is like, whoa, yeah, this is going really great. But there's something really specific about the breakthrough zone, and it's specific to challenge. And when you challenge somebody and you're going to challenge them to step up, you're going to challenge them within their range, you're going to challenge them when it's aligned to their purpose, fitting into the business thing, it's got a timestamp on it. When you're doing that, challenge needs support because the person won't have done it before. It won't be normal for them. It's going to be stepping up for them. It's going to be taking on new ideas, new thinking, new processes. So it needs support. It also needs clear guidelines. You have to challenge people within a context so they know how and why and what. And also, challenge must allow for failure or not completion or getting it wrong or making mistakes, because people will. If you challenge someone and they get it right first time and it's a breeze, you ain't challenged them. You give them a job they can do, with their eyes closed. It's totally within their capabilities. They didn't have to step out of the line, they didn't have to step out of that comfort zone. That's not challenging people. That's just, getting jobs done, which is fine, but it's not challenging people. It's not going to grow. They're not going to grow. So this whole thing is around, what do we do to make sure that challenge really works? Now, if you've got and it's in the group here, you can download this. It's free. It's in the group. You can download the PDF at the time. It's my delegation checklist. There's a piece in the delegation checklist which is all about setting the challenge. And that is the thing that we're trying to get people to understand is when you challenge somebody, there is a process to go through that's going to give you a much higher degree of success than if you don't go through it. Okay? And it's a simple process, and I've used this for over 30 years when I've delegated people, when I've set people challenges, when I've asked them to step up and grow. And it really, really works. And it's simple. Once you've done it a couple of times, you'll get used to the process and be able to do it without really having to think it through too much. Obviously, you need to plan and prepare, but it'll become a natural process for you to really get people to do. So what are the steps? Well, the first step is you've got to set the scene. It has to fit in. They've got to see what the big picture is. They've got to see what the context for the challenge is. They need to understand that it is part of the big picture and it's part of the business plan and they fit into it. Then you've got to set the framework. And the framework is really defining the outcome that you want to achieve and then sort of having conversations with them so that they really get clear about the limitations. And the next part, really important, part 3, is your conditions of satisfaction. What do you want it to look like when it's complete? What would okay be for you? What would brilliant be for you? What would not quite there be for you? So really understand the conditions of satisfaction so that you're asking them to step up. Let's use numbers for a minute. And you want them to run at 30 miles an hour, but actually they're going to be running at 25. Well, 25 is okay, but it's not 30. So you want to help them understand what 30 would look like. Or 35 would be too fast because that's going to have impact somewhere else in the business. So it's really understanding what the conditions of satisfaction of your challenge are. And then it's making sure that is realistic and aligned with them. Realistic, it's within their scope and it's aligned to their purpose because that's the one that's going to engage them the most and get them involved the most. And then it's about the whole collaboration piece. And in the delegation checklist, I'll go into this in quite a lot of detail, but it's really understanding from them, not from you, from them, how they're going to approach the problem and giving them some guidelines around that. What actions they're going to take to make sure that the outcome is achieved, and then maybe giving some little guidelines about that. Then what resources they're going to need, what other people they're going to need to help them, what resources they're going to need from you. And when you get that all together, you will have set up a really good challenge for them to go ahead and stretch themselves, to grow, to get out of that comfort zone, to get into that breakthrough zone and start to deliver some magic, grow themselves and help you grow your business. Now, there's an old myth, and I'm really sure it's a testosterone-filled bully type mentality, which is chuck them in at the deep end and that's the best way to teach them how to swim. They'll either sink or swim. Great. There are so many people out there that have been put off, frightened, disillusioned, and have just never had another go because people have just chucked them in at the deep end and left them to it, and they either sink or swim. They fail or they succeed. Great. But that's just throwing away the resource, throwing away the potential talent you have in your business. If you support, if you give guidelines and you allow for failure and you work with people, then you will not only get great results, but you get those people to contribute to your business. So you have to put less in because they are contributing their knowledge, their talents, their passion, their energy, their enthusiasm, their ideas in service of your business. And since January, we've been going through all of these Facebook Lives have all been about the foundations of your perfect customer formula for your business. Little snippets here and there, these 15 to 10 minute issues I've just covered have all been about helping you build foundations for your business to help you grow your business. Whether you're a solopreneur working for yourself, relying on maybe some people to support you on the outside, or you started a small business, you started to take on those employees and you're growing, or you've got to a point now where you're starting to really expand, all of these techniques that I've been talking about for the last few months, well, 6 months now, have all been about simple steps you can take to move your business forward, to grow your business. And the one key thing, this section today, all about how to challenge to grow, is part of the leadership foundation. Because as a leader, you have relationships with your employees, your staff, the people that are contributing to your business. And those relationships are the source of your ability to challenge your people. Because the deeper the relationship, the stronger the relationship, the more powerful the relationship, the greater the challenge you can set. Because people will be trusting you, they'll respect you, they'll know that you're challenging them for a really clear purpose, because the purpose of the relationship will be strong and really clear for them. And the leadership foundation is, I think, something that we miss out on for so many small businesses, because you may have started your business, you may be a technician entrepreneur, you've come from a bigger business and with some skill and knowledge, and you've gone off to start a business, and you've sort of, after a while, look behind you and go, where's all that structure? Where's all those people behind me to help me? And then realize that actually you are the driving force. And to be the leader of the business is really important, that you understand it's all about the relationships you create, and those relationships allow you to challenge your people to really help you support and grow your business. Now, there is this 5-week program called Building Your Foundations, and that program is going to be starting at the end of September, beginning of October. And if you are interested in finding out more about that, then please just direct message me or email me, and I will get you details of the whole program. Okay, in rough, it's going to be £500. It's 5 half days over 5 weeks, and it's going to be limited to a very small number of people. This is the first time I've run it as a live event program. This is the work I've been doing with companies for years, and this is the first time I've put it into a live program specifically for small growing businesses. So if you're interested in that, you'd like to find out more, please just direct message me or email me and I'll get the details to you. Now, we've been talking about challenge to grow this week, but there's a really important thing after challenge. And again, this is out of the delegation process. But the really important thing is, how do you follow up? So next week, what we're going to be focusing on is the strategies and techniques you can use to really effectively follow up with people once you've challenged them. Now, people run away from challenge because they think it's confrontation. They run away from follow-up because they think it's going to lead to confrontation and problems. If you do it properly, it doesn't. If you do it properly, it empowers the relationships you have with people. It really enables them to contribute effectively to your business, and it really gives you the leverage you need to grow your business really quickly. So I hope you've enjoyed Challenge to Grow. Next week, it's all about follow-up and really effectively following up with people so that their contribution is the best you can get from them for your business. Glad to see you tonight. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you're watching the replay, please put comments in below. Let me know what you think. Show me love hearts. Whatever it is you want to do. I just want to hear from you if this is making sense to you, because that's what's really important to me, is that it's making sense to you. So whether you're watching it live here, or if you want to go back and watch all the videos, by the way, guys, you can go to my YouTube channel, To Be To Serve. Look into YouTube and look at To Be To Serve. You'll see a nice little ugly picture of me in the corner. There's a whole catalogue there. I think there's about 80 videos in there now. And all the videos you've had from the Facebook Lives this year are in there. They're titled. You can go in there and find the videos out that'll help you build those foundations for your business. Hope you enjoyed it. Look forward to seeing you next week. Bye for now.